Well, welcome everyone to another exciting class. It's my most favorite class, How to Win Every Expired Listing. And this is a great time of year to be discussing this because spring is around the corner. A lot of the expireds had their hand up in the air previously or canceled, and they had their hand up, they were selling. But for some reason, they didn't move forward with selling their home. So this is a great time to be prospecting. And I hope that you can see at the end of this class that if you spend about 5 minutes in the morning, maybe 10 minutes at most, and say spend 5 to 10 minutes in the afternoon, you could be delivering a gift of marketing materials to expireds that's going to make you totally unique. So my hope and prayer is that you look at selling as being one in which you need to have a unique selling proposition. You don't want to be that next realtor that sends out another postcard and now the expired's got 20 different postcards. How do they determine which realtor they might want to work with in the future? You don't want to be that 25th voice message that was left. Again, there's no personal touch, there's no eyeballing, there's no handshaking. And in this class, we're going to be talking about eyeballing, handshaking, and minimizing the time that it takes to get all these great marketing materials put together. So I want to first welcome our host, Tony Marino. He is the branch manager of Guild Mortgage in Naperville. Tony is extremely talented at getting people pre-approved, working on those that might be the impossible task. But he's extremely technical, extremely talented, and you should get to know him more. Some of the tools that you're going to need for this class, which come to you free of charge from Tony. The first thing is that you're going to need a free Listing Booster account. And we're going to talk about what is Listing Booster later on, but it is free to you. It's marketing software. And all you have to do is email tony.marino@guildmortgage.net. Ask them in the email if you could please get set up for a free Listing Booster account, and it will be yours. The second thing you're going to need is a free Listing Booster virtual assistant. Not a lot that you have to do. You're going to see that I'm going to give you a templated email in which it's addressed to desk@listingbooster.com. That's the virtual assistant. And all of the inputs, again, what a lot of realtors don't like to do, and what a lot of the marketing software out there for realtors requires, is that you guys become computer inputters, that you guys have to figure out how the whole system actually works instead of printing and delivering marketing materials. And so this system, Listing Booster, gives you a virtual assistant that you can send in pertinent information, and they in turn will create all the marketing materials for you. And again, it's free of charge. I'm giving you both the email here, and I'm giving you the phone number of 727-472-9792 that you can then talk to a live human being about helping you get your marketing materials. The last piece of tool or material that you're going to need is a free TechSmith Capture account. And if you don't know what that is, that allows you to, whatever's on your computer screen, you can capture it and turn it into a JPEG, into a picture. You can copy and paste it into documents. I use it almost every day in my business. It is something that's free to you. This is the link. I'm going to send out this agenda to everyone, so you don't necessarily have to write real fast as to where to get it. But I would like to at least show you where it is, because it's critical that you only take the one that says TechSmith Jing tool. So let me show you where that is. So if I go over here, and if I put into Google www.techsmithcapture, okay, these are the returns that you get. This is the one that I want you, where it says formerly Jing. There's other people that will give you TechSmith. I can't vouch for that they're not full of viruses. And so as you go to somebody else other than TechSmith, you're liable to get some viruses downloaded into your computer. So again, I'm going to come right back here to this formerly Jing. This is the one. It'll ask you whether you're a PC or whether you're an Apple computer. You can download it for free, and then you can be capturing it. If you're used to Snap It, it's TechSmith is also the one that does that. But again, I'm used to TechSmith Capture, so we're going to use that today. If you have another screen capture software on your computer, use that. That's, you'll see why we're going to use it in a little bit. Going back to the agenda. So again, I said this is my favorite class because spring is right around the corner. We're here in March. The expireds or the cancels had their hand up. They were saying, hey, I was selling, but I'm currently not selling. So what I want to do is let's look at this PowerPoint on how you can win every listing presentation. Let me make this big. Can everyone see this? Okay, Melinda's giving me a nod, so thanks.
Yep.
All right. A little bit about me. Most of you know that I'm the business development manager for Guild Mortgage in Naperville. I'm the chief strategist for Free Help for Illinois real estate agents. I use Listing Booster and today's technology to help agents win every listing and sell their listings faster. I use what's called results in advance marketing because I think that makes you unique. I don't want you to be a postcard. I don't want you to be a voicemail. I want you to have marketing in advance that's going to make you stand out. Because whether the expired is ready today, when you greet and meet them and give them a gift of marketing materials, they may not be ready today to say, oh, yeah, I want a list. But if they are ready in 3 months, if they're ready in 6 months, if you've given them marketing materials in advance on their home, they're going to say, who do I really want to give a call to? Who do I want to give an opportunity to give a listing presentation? Most likely you're one of those 3 realtors. So that's what I want you to do is I want you to gain a whole bunch of prospects that say today, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, I want to talk to you because you're a unique marketing agent. I'm married to my college sweetheart for over 30 years. She's probably going to heaven because of me. And then I have 3 beautiful daughters and 3 grandsons. I'm going to give you a success story about an agent that used this marketing advance. He had just started in the real estate business. He previously owned his own music store. So he didn't even know anything about real estate other than, he studied for the exam and he passed it and he became a realtor. He used the coffee cup / flower pot strategy to win every expired or FSBO listing. He used today's technology to help win every listing presentation and sell his listings faster. And we're going to look into what some of those technology tools were, like text messaging technology. He used today's technology to even advertise other agents' listings. He found that in his own office that so many realtors were not using Listing Booster, that so many agents were not using sign writers to capture drive-by buyer leads. And so he just asked him, he says, hey, do you mind if I, if I download your listing, put it into my Listing Booster, put a sign writer in the front lawn and capture more buyer leads? And lo and behold, the listing agent said, you want to do that? You want to get a buyer faster for me? You can have it. So he was doing a lot of this, he was using Listing Booster to advertise other agents' listings that were from his office. And quite honestly, he also had friends in other offices. So he was just asking anybody that would let him advertise their listing. And he was putting them into Listing Booster and putting sign writers in the front lawns of lots of listings, and was getting lots of attention, lots of leads. The bottom line was he signed over $3.8 million in listing agreements in 6 months using this strategy. So I mean, I love this guy. He was someone that really focused on it, executed it, and was able to get quite a few listings in a short period of time. This is known as the flower pot strategy, or as I call it, the coffee cup strategy. I think I've gravitated to the coffee cup strategy because it's probably easier to assemble. More people I think drink coffee, tea, juice, and can use a nice little coffee cup. And it's up to you to determine what kind of coffee cup you want to buy, either at the dollar store, or if you want to get fancy and buy some more expensive cups, you can. But I like going to the dollar store and getting a very colorful cup and delivering it. Here's another example of another realtor using the flower pot strategy. The only thing I didn't like about this one, and the reason I show it, is they're using live plants. And anything that is in my house that's a live plant becomes a dead plant within a week. So I don't like using live plants because you want your marketing materials to stand out and not be thrown out when they throw out the dead plant. Here again is what I call the coffee cup. And again, we're going to be talking about what is it that you put into the coffee cup? Well, it's a cover letter about this is what I've already done for you. And we're going to go through that in great detail. It's a 6-page property brochure rolled up and put inside the coffee cup. It has several of your business cards in there. And then you fill it whatever you want. You want Hershey Kisses, you want Reese's peanut butter cups, you want a mixture, whatever you want. You want to put marbles, whatever you like to put in there, that's strictly up to you. But most people like a little candy, so why not fill it up with candy and fill it up with some marketing material. And it's so much easier to hand at the door a coffee cup to someone that's a gift for them. So the game plan today is to discuss lead generation, how to get leads from expireds. We're going to examine in-person visiting, calling. Again, you're going to spend no more than 15 seconds at the door. You're not trying to sell anything at the door. You're trying to give them a gift. They will open it up. They will look at your cover letter. They will look at all your great marketing materials in the cover letter that gives them links where they can go see what you've created for them. And they will think that very highly of you. We're going to talk about the essentials of selling a daily success plan, the law of reciprocity, results in advanced marketing, 12 prospecting tips, 10 things you should do, and how to prepare the flower pot or coffee mug. Let's get into the essentials of selling. People do business with people that they bond with and trust. Again, when you're trying to be unique, what you're trying to do is take yourself out of just being an ordinary one of many realtors. You want to be able to give somebody something of value about their home, maybe a property website, maybe a text messaging capability that downloads the full property website into a cell phone for a potential buyer. That's going to help you bond with the seller and trust you more than the next realtor or the next realtor. You want to find opportunities to eyeball your leads, shake their hand. Again, it's another way of saying belly to belly, selling. I've not known postcards to sell, and I've not known voice message to sell, but I have known eyeballing, shaking hands, and introducing yourself as a person at the door, and not as a postcard and not as a voice message. The key to your success is to have a daily success plan. What I mean by that is you're turning off your cell phones first thing in the morning. I have a Google Calendar, and my calendar tells me what I'm doing from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. And first things first is always what I say. First things first, turn off your cell phones, turn off Facebook or whatever else you might, be interested in, TikTok or whatever. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to set up your day with 1 to 3 in-person visits. And again, I don't care if it's 3. Again, initially it's going to be 1, but your leads are going to continue to grow as you continue to work on this strategy. So it could be 3 expireds. It could be 2 expireds and 1 for sale by owner. It could be 1 expired and 2 past clients. Again, we seem to neglect, once we get somebody into the house, we seem to neglect those past clients. Maybe they need an in-person visit to say, hey, it's Melinda. 6 months ago, I got you into this. How's the house doing? How are the kids? How you liking the school? How's the transportation routes? How are the local restaurants? It's having a relationship with these people. And then all you're doing is asking, are there any other members of your family, like your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa? Is there anybody, or do you have older sons and daughters that might be graduating? like I did. I had three daughters that graduated. They all needed to get into housing. It was great. You know, got them some financing, got them into, got them in touch with a realtor, and they bought homes. One's in one's in Littleton, Colorado, one's in Springfield, Illinois, and one's in Chicago. And then you're going to want 12 to 18 success calls per day. And that is following up. You're going to follow up with everyone. If you did one of these expireds a day, that means there's 20 in a month. That means there's 40 in 2 months. That means there's 240 of them by the time you get to the end of the year. So again, that's a lot of people that's going to be in some sort of master lead sheet that you'll create for follow-up. It's known as money-making activity. Spend the first hour of your day doing money making. Everything else can look at Facebook later. Look at look at other things that you need to do within your day, a home inspection or whatever. But plan those after you do your money making activity. Do this and watch your business grow. You can use your loan officer, Tony Marino, as your accountability coach. He'd be more than happy to find out what is your daily success plan and have either weekly or monthly meetings with you to keep you accountable to yourself. So today's strategy is going to give you some food for thought. So you have to ask yourself, what is my competition doing with expireds? Well, a lot of you have told me that some people send out postcards and they say, I'm with the big box realty company and we sell all these homes and we've sold so many homes in your neighborhood, saying nothing about how they're going to market the home of the expired or the cancel. Or they're calling and leaving a voice message. Is that what you want to be, is the 25th voice message? Or would you like to be somebody that's totally unique? So ask yourself, do I want to be another postcard or just another voice message? So yeah, have you ever wondered how to be a green fish in a goldfish bowl? Have you ever wondered how to be a unique realtor and jump out of the pack and be seen as unique compared to all the other agents in your neighborhood? Do you want a unique selling proposition? Results in advance, marketing results in advance makes you a green fish. So let's be different. So on what to expect with a personal visit, you're going to use results in advance marketing. And we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you what's in the marketing materials. You're going to prepare your marketing pieces the day before your visit. It takes about 5 minutes to prepare your coffee mug. And we're going to actually go through it, and you're going to see how easy it is. You're going to ring the doorbell after 3:30 in the afternoon. Why 3:30? Because most moms or stay-home dads, they might be running errands and doing whatever, but the kids get out of school at around 3 o'clock. So mom or dad are home around 3:30 with the kids, and you got about a 50-50 chance of them answering the door. If they're home, you're going to give it to them. And you can say, hi, I'm Melinda with Home Smart Realty. I happen to notice that your home was listed for sale. And that's really unfortunate, as it did not sell. Please accept this gift, this coffee cup full of marketing materials that should help you sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner now or sometime in the future. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to me. And turn and walk away. You're not trying to sell you or them. It's all in the coffee cup. But you just gave away your first lead, your first marketing material. And you now are become unique compared to a voice message or a postcard. Set the appointment after they review your marketing materials. Either they're going to call you, or like I said, you're going to have 12 to 15 success calls every day. You're going to go back a second time after you drop these off. Give them a couple of weeks. Ask them if they have any questions. Did they get a chance to review the material? Is there any question about the material? By then you can ask them, what is your intention of remarketing your home? Well, we're not selling right now, but we might think about it, in 3 months, 6 months. That's a perfect time for you to say, do you, especially most of you realtors have like a newsletter. And if you don't have a newsletter, you might have a CRM that puts them on a campaign. And if not, just send them out a monthly email with some interesting fact about their neighborhood, but you might ask them, would you mind if I were to stay in contact with you over the next 6 months? Could I send you my newsletter, which is chock full of, interesting information about the real estate industry in your neighborhood? Most of them, because you've given them a gift, they will reciprocate with okay, that's fine. You can stay in contact with me. So you're going to, in my opinion, you're going to have a higher rate of conversion if if you find yourself in the eyes of giving first and receiving later, which gets us to the law of reciprocity. Reciprocity is social psychology, where it refers to responding to a positive action. You gave them a gift of marketing materials, a property website with about 6 different tabs that we're going to look at soon. You gave them a sign. You showed them that you're going to put a sign writer in their front lawn. You gave them a text messaging number, told them to text this number to that number, and it downloads into their cell phone as an example of what a drive-by potential buyer might see if they were to text, because it says for more information on this home, text this number to that number, and you're showing them, wow, you've already created a mobile application for my home, and you don't even have a listing agreement with me. I'm kind of impressed by you. So it's responding to a positive action, giving them a gift with another positive action, because it's rewarding kind action. Another positive action might be, I welcome you to do a listing presentation now or sometime in the future. If you provide marketing materials in advance of your meetings with sellers, you begin to build the trust and bond with the seller, far more than any other realtor. You may receive just a positive action back from the seller in the form of giving you permission to do a listing presentation. You can use the law of reciprocity by giving something in advance to new listing appointments, expireds, FSBOs, current, or even your past database. So results in advanced marketing. First, you have to ask why the expired's home did not sell and why they did not renew their listing agreement. Well, in the eyes of the seller, it was not enough marketing of their home to bring a suitable buyer to purchase their home. Okay. So your focus is on marketing, and marketing their home, not about how big your firm is, how many homes that you've sold in 2024. That they don't want to hear about how big and great you are or the firm is. They want to know, what are you doing about my home? What can you do for me? So in fact, any flyer that is prepared, and again, I go through Listing Booster, but if you do something on your own, great. But any flyer, brochure, or website should make no mention of price, because we're going to find these expireds in the MLS. And the MLS is going to show the last listing price. And the last listing price is not what you want to put into your marketing materials, because maybe the price was a bone of contention between the realtor and the seller, and they gave up on each other. So what you want to do is you'll always put $1 in any marketing material that you're giving out to a prospective seller. You'll have time once you do the listing presentation to do a CMA, to walk with the seller's hand and let them know where you think the market is compared to what they think the market is. But this is not the time. All you're trying to do is demonstrate marketing materials. So what if you prepared the following in advance? What if you gave them a property website whereby, it would take people or sign writers were put into their front lawn. And when people texted for information on the house, it downloaded the full property website with photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, street view maps, all sorts of great stuff. And it comes with social postings, whereby you already have pre-made templates to go into Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. And they're going to go, wow, this realtor's fully loaded. What if you prepared a virtual tour? What if you prepared a colored brochure that not only had facts and highlights of the home, but had essential places as a separate page, and had nearby restaurants as a separate page. And had outdoor activities like golf, tennis, dog parks as a separate page. And what if you created a mobile application with a text message number to allow the property website to download into a cell phone of a drive-by prospect? Or that again, this text message can be placed into some of your social postings in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and they find it in one of those social medias, and they go, "Oh, I'd like to know more about this house," and they click on it, and it takes them to the full property website. And what if it only took you 5 minutes to prepare all this? Why? You have a virtual assistant at Listing Booster. So I'm going to show you guys what you should do, and I'm going to show you what you should leave to the virtual assistant. And what if Listing Booster was your free virtual assistant that prepared all these marketing materials in advance? Would anybody want to say amazing? You could. So what if your presentation looked like this? Cover letter, property brochure. Within the cover letter, it gives them the link to the property website, gives them the text messaging number, sprinkled in some of your business cards and some wonderful candy. Well, let's get started, because I know all of you want to start delivering these to your wonderful expireds in your neighborhood. 10 things to do in executing your plan. First, start sorting your MLS for expireds. I don't know of anybody who is, but you can always, if you don't want to go to your MLS, which is free because you already pay for it, or you can get a subscription for FSBOs or expireds. But again, today I'm going to be working with the MLS and going through expireds. Download these leads a couple times per week, but work one per day, meaning send one to your virtual assistant every single day. For 5 minutes, turn off your phone, turn off Facebook, and go do money making. Go find the expired, and I'm going to show you what you're going to add. I got a templated email that you're going to send to the virtual assistant. Time block 8 to 12 hours of time per week. This means about 2 hours a day. First, finding an expired in the MLS. That's a cup of coffee first thing in the morning. Emailing it to your virtual assistant. We're going to see what that email looks like. Adorning your coffee cup with your marketing materials in the afternoon. So now it's the afternoon. Yesterday, you sent to the virtual assistant the expired you found. It's now in your listings. So now what you're going to do is you're going to start printing your marketing materials to adorn the coffee cup. You're going to print the 6-page property brochure. You're going to make 2 changes to the cover letter, 2, and print it. Trifold it, put it in there, throw in your business cards and throw in some candy, and you are done. And then you're going to be delivering and following up with previously delivered coffee cups. I mean, you're the gift giver. You're the person. And again, do I believe that you're going to bat 1,000% just because you give them a coffee cup? Heck no. And what we skipped over was, what if they're not home? Remember, we said we had a 50-50 chance that they'll be home and that you can, give your script to them that, hi, I'm Melinda. I'm with Home Smart Realty, and I happen to notice that your home was listed for sale and it did not sell, and it's really unfortunate. Please accept this gift of marketing materials that I think will help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. Thank you for listening to me today. You have a wonderful day. God bless. If they're not there, you can't say that. So you're going to the dollar store, and you're going to have in the trunk of your car a bunch of wine bags, inexpensive wine bags. And you're going to take that coffee cup, because it slides right down the wine bag, and you're going to put that by the front door. And then you're going to go get some really inexpensive yellow, lime green, whatever color Post-it note you like. And what does UPS do? Ronaldo knows this real well. What does UPS do when they leave you a package? Smack, they put a sticker on your door. If it needs a signature or something, you're going to put a sticker on their front door, and you're hand sign it and say, I left you a gift today, Ronaldo, and his phone number, all handwritten. Bam, on the door. Also, because a lot of people go through their garage and then go through the garage door to get in the house, you're going to put a sticker on the garage entry door. And when the lights of the car hit it, they're going to go, what's that on my garage door? They're going to take it off and it's going to say, I left a gift for you today, Ronaldo, and it's his phone number. And all of a sudden, they're going to park their car. They're going to go to the front door. Once they get inside, and they're going to see your wine bag, and they're going to take it inside and go, look at this. What all you're trying to do is get that coffee cup inside the house so that you look like a green fish compared to everybody else that's been trying to talk to them. You're going to visit 1 to 2 people per day after 3:30. I say two if you want to do more than one. I mean, some people go, this is getting pretty doggone easy. I kind of like it. You're selling nothing at the door, as I mentioned. You're giving away a gift. You can do 15 to 30 seconds at the door if they're home. I already told you the script. I mentioned it. If not, leave the flower pot in a wine bag at the door. Put a Post-it note on the door and the garage door. You're going to call 10 to 15 people per day. You're going to log your results into a database or a master lead sheet so you know how to follow up. What date did I deliver this to Glenn Marino? Call back. Send drip material. I have drip material, but we're not going through that today, but you can make up some drip material and set listing appointments for the following week. I think it's kind of great. Greg, do you have a question?
Yeah, so when you're calling the 10 people, where are you getting that data from?
I'm getting it from my master lead sheet. Initially, you're not calling anyone until you start delivering. But
Oh, I got you.
but but my thought is this. My thought is this. If you're delivering one a day, and I'm only again, some of you guys work, ladies work more than 5 days a week. But if you only do 5 days a week, that's 5 in 1 week, 10 in 2 weeks. It's 20 in a month, and all of a sudden, you got 40 in 2 months, and then you've got 60. So what I'm saying is now you're going back and you're making some. You're just redoing the sales cycle, going back to the ones you delivered to find out if they have any questions, if they have any comments. Did you enjoy what I delivered to you? And then you're just trying to ask them, what's your mindset? Are
Got
you
you.
never selling? Okay.
Hmm.
Even if they say they're never selling, nobody never sells. I mean, somewhere years down the road. But wouldn't you like to at least put them into your database? If you got a newsletter, wouldn't you like to put them into your database that you're constantly, or better yet, what I would be doing, guys, is I would be putting them into HomeBot. It's a totally different class, but HomeBot sends them every single month. Every single month. You can tell them, you know what? I respect the fact that you're not going to be selling, but could I send you what the fair market value is of your home every month? Would you like that? It doesn't cost you anything. I just need your email. That's what I would do because HomeBot is a set it and forget it system. And again, you can get that from Tony. Melinda, what is it? The first 25 are free. And then after that, I think you can go up to 500 clients or prospects for I think it's like $25 a month. It's super inexpensive. And now what you've got is a system that every month is sending something out, keeping in contact with, and all you're doing every month is adding 20 more people to HomeBot and another 20 more people to HomeBot. That's what I would do because I want to make it easy. I don't want to I want to set it and forget it. And if they and what I love about HomeBot, again, I'll get back to this. What I love about HomeBot is that it not only is giving them the fair market value of their home, but it's also cross-selling for you, the realtor. It says, hey, because it's AI is involved with HomeBot and it goes into public records and it sees what the mortgage is and it amortizes the mortgage every month. So it says, hey, your home is worth 400,000, but your mortgage balance is down to like $300,000 now. You have 100,000 of equity. It cross sells. It says, would you like to use that equity to buy a second or vacation home? In other words, would you like to use that equity to buy a rental or investment property? I can help you with that. Click this. Would you like to just get some cash out to use for whatever purpose? Click here. So the cross sells have clicks on them in which it goes back to you, the realtor. I love it because who doesn't want to know more about the fair market value of their home each and every month? And it cross sells for you automatically without you having to pick up the phone. So that's what I would do with these people when they say, thanks for the gift, but I'm not interested, or thanks for the gift, but I'm selling in 3 or 6 months. No matter what the response is, Can I put you into my system that every month I'm going to send you the fair market value of your home and the equity that's building up in your home? If they say no, they're kind of crazy, but again, you're not going to bat 1,000. Some people will say no. But in my opinion, there's more people that would say it doesn't cost me anything and you're willing to send me the fair market value as well as the equity in my home. Yeah, here's my email. Cool. I think that's, again, you have something to talk about with expireds now. It's not like, well, how the hell do I do anything with an expired? You're first have given them a gift. Now you're having a conversation. And depending on where the conversation goes, you're either immediately going to a listing presentation because they decided they do want to sell it springtime, or it's somewhere in the future and you're asking them, can I stay in contact with you and put you into my HomeBot system? Okay, enough. So again, call back, send drip material, set listing appointments for the next week, and follow up with everyone. Most importantly, always focus on wanting to interview for the job of marketing their home, should they decide to relist their home now or sometime in the future. Focus on the marketing of their home. So let's prepare for an expired. And again, I'm going to go through it in greater detail in a minute. But the first thing you're going to be looking at is find an expired in the MLS. And I will demonstrate this shortly. Have Listing Booster create a property website. It should take you about 5 minutes to do this each morning. Copy the URL into your cover letter. So once the property website comes back, you're going to copy and paste the URL into your cover letter. That's one of only 2 changes. You're halfway done with your cover letter. Because again, I'm going to give you guys the cover letter. It's a template, and all you gotta do is make 2 changes. Next, you're going to create your cover letter that states, this is what I've already done for you. Most of you know when I send you the cover letter, it's going to have Melinda's picture on it. Hopefully you know how to delete Melinda's picture, although she looks pretty good on the picture. You delete Melinda's picture and then paste in your picture. Okay. And then, all you have to do is continue to go through, and we'll go through the whole cover letter, showing you where the changes are. But once you change it, I am Ronaldo Ruiz with HomeSmart. Every time you bring it up in your computer, it's always going to say, I'm Ronaldo Ruiz. It's not, you don't have to make the change but once, but you will make 2 changes every time you do a new expired. Next, you're going to print the property brochure. I'm going to show you where it is. You're going to roll it up. It's a 6-pager. It's colored side out, and place a colored rubber band on it and stick it in your coffee cup or your flower pot. Next, I'm going to ask you to text the number, the text messaging number that comes back from Listing Booster. It is always 844-573-0700, as you see down here. This property, this will change every time. The view will not. The text literal is VIEW view, but this number 14769 is unique to this property. The next one you do, it might be 470. The next one might be 4771. But what you want to do is, before you send out your cover letter with that in it, text it to yourself. Make sure it works. Make sure that it's downloading the property website. The last thing you want is a broken link. And then, like I said at the very beginning in the agenda, you've got the 1-800 number for the customer service of Listing Booster, and say, hey, my link's not working for the text messaging, and they'll fix it for you. Although I haven't found any that have been broken so far, but just giving you worst case scenario. And next, you're going to sprinkle your business cards, insert the rolled up brochure, tri-fold your cover letter, and be prepared for a big wow. I mean, these expireds are not used to this. Nobody's doing this for them, except you, if you do this. So who is the expired going to call if they're serious about listing their home? Again, now or sometime in the future. Is it the agent that sent him a postcard? They got lots of them. Is it the agent left them a voice message? because they got tired of answering the phone, so they don't even answer the phone. They just let it go to voice message? Or is it the agent that eyeballed them, shook their hand, left them a flower arrangement or a coffee cup with already created marketing materials? Nothing being bought or sold here. I just want to be able, when you decide, when you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, decide to list your home, I just want to have the opportunity to interview for the job of marketing your home. And here's a sample of what I do. Remember, all this can be gotten from Tony Marino at 847-804-1059 or tony.marino@guildmortgage.net. Let's go back to my agenda. So I want to review some of the free tools from Listing Booster. Assume I'm an expired listing, okay? And so 15 seconds at the door to deliver a gift of marketing materials. How unique? I think it's unique. I think it's great. What if you could deliver a property website to my home for me? What does that look like? Okay, so let's go over here and take a look at what a website looks like. Well, it comes with home. All these are tabs: photo gallery, map, virtual tour, nearby places, flyer, lender, agent. So again, on the home page, it even has the text message number. It even has a description of the property and additional features and a summary. Yep. And it's got Melinda's contact information. So it's kind of a nice intro. It has a photo gallery. It comes with all the pictures of the house, both inside and outside. Kind of cool. And again, I'm going to show you where you're going to get these pictures to give it to your virtual assistant. It comes with a map. First off, there's a map that shows that, where the streets are. You can blow it up. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. I kind of like the Street View map, where I can get into a virtual car and I can start to drive the neighborhood to see, is it a nice neighborhood, or does my neighbor have his car up on milk crates and has a chicken coop? I may not want to buy in that neighborhood then, but that's kind of cool. Virtual tour, again, I'm not going to go through it with you, other than to say that it does have a virtual tour. Kind of great. Get out of that. It comes with nearby places. All these places, first it comes with places nearby. All these places can be changed. AI gives you a drop down of like 20 fitness centers and 20 auto parts and 20 drugstores. So again, this is just a selection that was taken as Listing Booster created. When you get to the listing presentation, you're going to say, dear Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if this isn't what you consider, Lifetime Fitness, for example, is a better fitness center in their eyes nearby their home, there's a drop down within Listing Booster, drops down, and you can select Lifetime Fitness. If Walgreens is not the pharmacy that they think is the best, but they think CVS, there's a drop down. So all of these can be changed with the seller, and it's kind of, again, a nice little meeting to have with the seller. Again, there's what's good to eat nearby, which is in essence restaurants. All these can be changed. And then there's outdoor recreation, dog parks, golf, tennis. And then there's schools nearby. They're going to be grade schools, junior highs, and then there's going to be high schools. Again, kind of really cool stuff. And then it also comes with a print flyer. So if somebody wants to say, I saw this, as I went by their house, I saw the text messaging sign in the front lawn, and this website is now on my phone, but I want to print the flyer. Well, again, notice it's in there for $1. So the seller can't be saying, oh my God, Ronaldo thinks it's worth 450,000. Is he so off? How could he even think that? I don't even want to talk to Ronaldo. But when you put $1 in there, they don't even think good, bad, or indifferent about Ronaldo. They're just saying, hey, Ronaldo created already a flyer, and I haven't even had a listing of presentation from him. He's a rock star. So again, this is going to be your property website. Then it says we talked about text messaging number. And again, in Listing Booster, you're going to put a sign by, you're going to go first to Home Depot and get the H frames. These H frames go up the sides of these signs. And then the other side of the H goes into the grass. And it says, tour this home first on your phone, text. And it's, view 14769. And, the two is 844-573-0700. So again, that's in your cover letter. You're going to, they should, they should do that when in the comfort of their home. It gives you a notification when anybody does text that number, the 844-573-0700. The realtor gets a notification that this cell phone just texted for information about the house at 123 Main Street. Kind of cool. And then the last thing that's in the coffee cup is the property brochure. And this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper turned sideways. So here's the first page with Melinda's beautiful picture, some nice photographs of the home. Here's the second page, more beautiful pictures of the home. Page 3, highlights of the home. Page 4, essential places nearby. Essential restaurants nearby. Remember, these can all change. And outdoor activity nearby. Oh, and then last but not least, and then schools nearby. Kind of a cool thing to be giving, for not even having a listing appointment. You're giving all this to the expired. You look like a rock star, in my opinion. So anyway, that's what's in your coffee cup. About since you now have seen that this is a unique approach to marketing to an expired, I want to now show you, practically speaking, how do we go about this and how do we go out doing this for only 5 minutes each day? So let's go back to the MLS. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to sign in. So we're logging into the MLS. And what we're doing now is we are going to do a search. So you're going to go to your search button. You're going to do a general search. You're going to do a general search on detached single. So far, I've taken about 15 seconds. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. If you're an agent, you probably already have your neighborhood, the cities that you want to do marketing in already pre-assigned. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over here to status. And you say, I don't want anything active. I don't want anything back to market, new, price change, reactivated, active. But what I do want is canceled. I want expireds. I want expireds private. I want canceled private. Very cool. And so now my status is canceled, expired, etc. It says here that I'm looking only for 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, which is kind of good. You don't want the smallest house in the world to be working on. And you're going back 6 months, which is also good. I mean, you're March, you're going back to like October. So that's kind of cool. And so then what you can do is click on view results. What is our goal today, everyone? One expired. Look at this, 340 matches. I think I can get 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the more expensive ones because it takes as much effort to do the more expensive ones as it does the, so let me see here. Here's one expired, okay? It's 469,000 in all set. What you have to do is make sure that it's still expired. Because again, you guys know better than me because I'm not a realtor. But what I know is that it could be expired, but a realtor could have taken that same address property, given it a different MLS number, and now it's active. So how do you protect yourself that you're not going after a marketing to an active listing or somebody else's listing. Well, what you do is you click on this. And now you bring up, okay, this is what it looks like in the MLS, but you click on additional information and you run down here to listing and property history. Boom. And do you see here where it says EXP still expired? 11/1? That's the latest date. Look at all the dates. The latest date says it's still expired. Ding, 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 ding. You win. You got now your first one. And maybe it took you 30 seconds to get to this point. So now you know that it's expired. So then what I do, because again, you guys are not allowed, or your MLS system doesn't allow you to email an expired listing to anybody. But what I do is, let me get out of this for a second. I know it's expired. What I'm going to do now is I am going to go to, I want to create a PDF because I want to send it to my virtual assistant with property facts. And I want,
It should have come up because it said full agent on the
here it
top.
is. Let's see what happens when they say save as a PDF.
No, you gotta.
Here it is. It's coming. That's what I want.
There you
See, I
go.
want all the information. I don't want just that line. I want bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage and all that good stuff and remarks. Because now this is now in my download. So remember this, it's now on your computers, like it's on my computer. When you open it up and then click, save it as a PDF, you're saving just this listing. And now you can attach it as an attachment to your virtual assistant. This is saved now and it can be an attachment. The second thing you want to do is you're going to go to Google, and what you're going to do is you're going to put into Google the address of the property, 12623 South Austin. It's going to come back Zillow, Realtor, Redfin. You're looking for, because remember, this was a previously listed property, right? And as realtors, you guys know that they get put in from your realty firm into Zillow, into Realtor, and they get put into different realty websites. So what I'm looking for is the one that shows pictures. I know already that Zillow only shows just one picture, but Realtor shows all the pictures. So here I am at realtor.com, and I want to get to TechSmith Capture, which once you download it, it looks like this little yellow box down here. So when I click on it, it gives me a little red ball. And that means that it's going to give me crossbars to capture something. What I'm going to do is I've already captured several pictures. So I'm not going to do all of these, but I just want to give you an idea how easy it is to do this. So here is the next picture that I need to capture. So I think in my pictures I've captured, I went through this blue room off the kitchen. So here's another picture there. I'm going to go to TechSmith Capture, click the red ball. See the crossbars? They're yellow. It's always upper left to lower right. And then all you have to remember is you're capturing it as an image, as a picture. So you click that. And then there's delete, copy, save. You want to save it. You want to save it. I save them in a folder on my desktop. So I click save. And if you notice, it says I already created, you guys are going to create a new folder. You're going to click new folder and you're going to name it then the address of the property. So the folder is 12623. And I've been saving a couple of these. That was the last one was my blue room. And all you got to do is, as long as you're at the desktop, as long as you're at that folder, all you have to do is hit save. And, I'm going to do another couple. So, because I'm not going to do them all. So then what you're going to do is once you've saved it, you can delete it because it's a preview and you're back to the capture. I want to move down now in my pictures. I'm still in realtor.com. I'm going to go to the next picture. Try to center it better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to once again go to TechSmith Capture, red button, upper left, lower right. capture it as an image, click save. It goes to my desktop, to the folder I created, and hit save. I'll do one more and then we're done with showing you how to do pictures. So again, then delete it out of TechSmith Capture and go to your next picture. If I was to take, let's just say for sake of discussion, if there's 24 pictures and it's taking me about 15 seconds a picture, you're probably done in about 3 to 5 minutes grabbing these pictures, but well worth it rather than just showing them one picture. Because again, these are the pictures that were in their previous listing, right? They're used to seeing these. So what you're going to do is you're going to, once again, go to TechSmith Capture, upper left, lower right, capture the image, save it. It goes to my desktop. It's going to the folder on my desktop, and I hit save. So when I'm, and you'll see in a minute when I start to do the email. So I've captured, assume I've captured all 24 images. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to then email the photos and the property facts to my listing booster at that email, desk@listingbooster.com, and I'm going to ask them to create the property website by typing in the address into Google and copying and pasting the URL from realtor.com or Zillow, but usually Realtor has all the pictures. I'm going to attach the PDF from my MLS for my pertinent home facts, and I'm going to attach pictures that I've created with the TechSmith Capture that exists in a folder on your desktop. So let's go look at the email that I'm talking about. Here is the email. Okay, desk@listingbooster.com. Subject, please add this listing to my account. The report, what I did there was, and again, each of you guys, this is Outlook. You guys, somebody might have Gmail. Everybody has a way to do an attachment. So if I go here and I say, I want to attach a file, I can go attach file. I can say browse. I can say go to downloads and see these reports here. This actually is the PDF that had all the pertinent property facts, and it gets attached. That's this here. These are the images so far, and this is the blue room. I'll just do some more images. So I'm going to go to, once again, I want to attach a file. I want to browse this PC. I want to go to my desktop because that's where you guys said I was putting it. I'm on my desktop. I want the folder that says 12623 South Austin. Open it up. I told you I already had the blue room up here. So I got these 3 pictures that we just did. So I'm going to hold my control button down. I want this one, and this one. I want those 3 because I already uploaded these into that email that I'm putting together for my virtual assistant, and click insert. Boom, boom, boom. So, and then here's what we have in the body. Please add this listing to my account because you already have a Listing Booster account. It's coming from, Ronaldo Ruiz. Please add this to my Ronaldo Ruiz account and use only $1 as the listing price. Please create a text code with the preview view 14769. Please use the attached PDF for the remarks, the room sizes, and the fun facts about the house. There's your PDF report from the MLS. Please use the realtor.com listing found at, and this is the link to the realtor.com site for nearby schools, places nearby. It could also be for other fun facts. And then please use the attached pictures to upload pictures for this property website. If you have any questions, please call me, Ronaldo, at whatever your number is, and hit send. So what did we do here? We went into the MLS. We found it expired in 15 seconds. We checked to make sure that it's still expired and that it hasn't been relisted. We ended up making the listing a PDF for fun facts. We then put the address of the property into Google. We went to realtor.com. We found that it had 24 pictures. And again, if anybody wants to say, hey, we're not allowed to advertise using other agents' pictures, this is not a live website. You're going to delete all these pictures anyway. This is just for show and tell and for you to get a big wow from the expired or the canceled. Again, so since no one can find this in the internet, it's nowhere to be found. You're not marketing it. You're not going to be in violation of any ethics. But if you were to turn it live and use this as for for when you get an actual listing, yeah, then you would have a problem. But you're not going to. You're going to go to Virtuance. You're going to go to your own photographer. You're going to delete all these pictures and send the new pictures. Like when we use Virtuance, they send you a link that has all the pictures. You're going to send the link to Listing Booster and say, please remove all the old pictures and put in these brand new pictures. Simple as that. So, having said that, this is where we are in the agenda. In the morning, we took 5 to 10 minutes. We created the PDF. We took the pictures from realtor.com. We used TechSmith to put the pictures in a folder. We emailed it over to our virtual assistant. So I'm giving you 5 to 10 minutes. And I think that that's really not a bad use of your talent and time. The afternoon now, you're looking not so much for the one you just sent today, but yesterday you sent it. So now you're looking back. And again, you'll get a notification once it's been put into your account from Listing Booster. But once your expired listing is in your listings, you're going to click on it. You're going to click on the listing settings and review the property details for accuracy. And then you're going to save this to the Launchpad. It'll make more sense when I show it to you in a second. You're going to review the property website. Did it come back looking like you thought it should? You're going to review and print the 6-page property brochure. You're going to print the cover letter, explain what you've already done for the expired. And we're going to take a look at making those 2 changes. So let's go through this. Let's go to the property website. Let's get to the property brochure. Let's get to the text message number. Check it out that it works the way it should. And then we'll go do the cover letter and we're basically done. So I'm going to go to Melinda's list. Here is Melinda. Hello, Melinda. This is her Listing Booster account. Again, you'll put in an ID, a password, you get your own. It's your listings. Remember I said, check your listings. She checks her listings and she goes, look at this. They put my new expired into my listings. And notice it's not live on MoveTube. This is one of the benefits of Listing Booster is that it does take your property website or your listing and it puts it out there on Roku, on Android Fire TV, Apple TV, and one other. There's 4 different streaming devices that your listings will get onto these devices so people can actually stream from their home looking at listings from Listing Booster. But you notice it's a big red X. That means it's not live. It's not in the internet. It's not to be found, which is what you want. But it did say in my instructions, in the agenda, it says, go to your listing settings. So you go to your listing settings. And what you're looking to do is you're going to look at each one of these. Is the abbreviated description good? Is the photo order in the order that you like it? Notice there's crossbars here. What if you said, you know what? I want this kitchen to come first before this patio walkway. So you I'm left clicking and you just drag. Cool. The F means it'll be in the flyer that's in the property website. The B means it's in the 6-page brochure. And again, you can check all your photo order. Since it's an expired, there is no open house dates to deal with. You look at the nearby schools. Remember I said you have drop downs? And if they said, if St. Joseph's School was better than Stroudsburg, you click on it and it becomes the new one. Middle school, drop down, find the one that's best. Bloom Trail. And again, while it's an expired, you don't have to really change any of these. This becomes more important to you when it's your listing and you're trying to work with the seller on what should we tell potential buyers is the best elementary, the best junior, the best high school. And then nearby places, again, Fitness centers. Again, you remember we said, well, maybe it's Planet Fitness or Orange Theory that they think is better. You work with the seller. The seller loves this kind of stuff, that they're interactive. They're making decisions with you. Nearby restaurants, again, drop downs as to, who's the best Italian restaurant, who's got the best pizza. Outdoor recreation, who's got the best golf courses, and who's got the best park. Uh, the text code. This is where you want to make sure, and this is where I'm going to ask everybody right now to take a break, and I want you to pull out your cell phones. I do want you to text this so you can see the beauty of what this looks like, um, as far as what it's going to look like in a potential buyer's cell phone when they drive. You're going to review the text code. The property website came back with this. Okay, so then it says after you've reviewed this to make sure that there's no errors from your virtual assistant, it says then save to the launch pad. And so saving to the launch pad, will take, about 30 seconds. Comes to here, what we want to do for our cover letter is we need to know the property website URL. So you notice from here, the listing launchpad, it has listing flyers. There's different flyers that you can print. There's social media images, again, for posting into all sorts of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. The property website is right here. You can view it. And with that, do you see up here? Here is the URL. You're going to copy it. And what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to this cover letter, where again, if we look at it, there's going to be only two changes. It's going to have your picture. It's going to say, I am Melinda. I am Ronaldo. I recently noticed your home was listed for sale. It's unfortunate. Should you decide to remarket your home, I'd love the opportunity to interview for the job of marketing your home. I want your home to have great exposure in the internet. I just want the opportunity to interview for the job of marketing your home. Should you decide to put your home on the market now or sometime in the future, please accept this gift of marketing materials that I've already created for you to help you sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. I've already created for you a property website with photography, virtual tour, places nearby, etc. Your home's website is, if this was yesterday's cover letter, all you have to do is highlight it too much. The other way. Highlight the old and paste in the new. And now you've got, that was the first change. I also have a property brochure that describes the many beautiful features. If you're sitting in the shoes of the expired, you might be a little bit impressed that you're going to be using this type of technology, and you're going to put a sign writer in my front lawn because your cover letter says that I've created a mobile application, a text message number allowing potential buyers to get more information about your home from a sign writer or a brochure. Please text. And again, your number 844-573-0700 doesn't change each time you do a new expired. The only thing you're going to change is those 5 digits, 14769, because it will come back view with a new set of digits. The phone number is not going to change. The picture here is not going to change. And so, you're telling them to go ahead and, please text it. Please try it out just like you did. And watch the big wow that shows up in your cell phone. I mean, they can't help but say, this is pretty cool. This is pretty great. And so again, so you've done this, you got a property brochure. Where's the brochure? Let me go back here and just show you where the brochure is, so you guys know how to print it out. So again, you're going to go to Melinda's. We're in the launch pad, and the launch pad, remember, had listing flyers. It had social media images, has the property website, Facebook Marketplace, and video walkthroughs. Up here is under listing flyers is the property brochure PDF. You click on it and it will load it. Boom. And there's your 6-pager. You print it. There's page 1, page 2, like we saw before, page 3. You print it, roll it up, put a nice colored rubber band, and stick it into the coffee cup or into the flower pot. So let's finish up our cover letter. So we did the property website, the brochure, the mobile application. You're telling me here's a short video that's been put together by Listing Booster of the many ways that you're going to continue to market their home. You're just letting them know I've got social media templates that's going to give your home exposure in the internet and in social media through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There's also TikTok. There's about 6 of them all together. May have 30 minutes of your time to show you all the marketing materials I've already created for you. You will not be disappointed. Thank you in advance for your time. I'm dedicated to your success in the marketing of your home. Call me today so I can start marketing your home tomorrow. Thanks, Melinda, Ronaldo, and anyone else that does the cover letter. So we've actually gone through in the afternoon. We clicked on our listing settings. We looked at the details. We then went to the launch pad. We looked at the property website. We copied the URL and put it into our cover letter. We printed the brochure. We print the cover letter because it only had 2 changes. Remember, Listing Booster is your free virtual assistant. You add several business cards to your coffee cup or your flower pot. If you like, you can purchase a sign writer. If I were you, that once you get a listing presentation, purchase a sign writer. I think it's like $20. Purchase it, and it becomes the one that you carry with you on each of your listing presentations, so they can see what you're going to actually physically stake in the lawn to capture drive-by buyers. Use a master lead sheet to manage your 20 to 40 leads. Can you envision creating 20 to 40 leads per month? 40 means you're doing 2 a day versus 1 a day. I'd be happy if you did 1 a day. And you're getting up to 120 to 240 leads per year by just doing 1 or 2 expireds each day. Follow up with everyone, which leads me then to, do you have any comments or questions? I'd like to hear back some feedback. Is this something that you guys think you could do? I mean, it might take you a little bit longer initially than 5 or 10 minutes, but once you know where the clicks are and how to do this, I would imagine that this is something that's going to make you guys totally unique.
Yeah, I think it's something I would utilize in my business, and I think it's a good idea.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that makes me feel good that you guys, this it's worked well for others in the past, and I think it's simplified by having a virtual assistant. It doesn't tie you guys down to saying, oh God, I got to input all these bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage and all this. You got a virtual assistant that's doing that. All you're doing is creating a PDF and sending it off. All you're doing is capturing the images, sending them off, and you're just waiting for your virtual assistant to finish up your marketing materials. You're printing, you're assembling, and you're delivering, and you're doing what you guys do best. You're talking to people. All right. Any other comments or questions?